Hello, everyone, and welcome to At Death's Door. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Shaun, and I will be your Dungeon Master tonight. We're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. At Death's Door is the third in the trilogy that is Lonely House of Neverwinter, A Viscous Cycle, and focuses on the events of everybody's favourite plague, the bloat, as a new group of adventurers try to prevent a certain elder evil from making her way to this plane. For those of you who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, that's going to mean nothing to you. But everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique character, with sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do, their deepest secrets, and what dice to roll. They will mostly be rolling this. Where is it? A d20 to see if they succeed in what they're trying to do. 20 is good, and 1 is hilariously bad. And whilst they play their characters, everything else in said fantasy universe is played by me. People, monsters, weather patterns, the things that are inevitably watching them that they never quite catch. Between me describing the world and story, the players describing what they want to do in it, and some dice rolls to keep things unpredictable for all of us, we will tell our story. For now, let's meet the players and have a word from our sponsors.
Well, time to save the world again. Eltrin Ablodra, Harper Agent, code name Ornate Doorbell, half-drow sorcerer of the aberrant and master of the mind. In the rare instances my personality can't charm you, I have the psionic abilities to finish the job. Played, once again, by David Shears, both he, him in terms of the pronouns. Back with a team of talented misfits, hunting down mysteries and vicariously fighting evil, proving, once again, that mind can triumph over body. I hope you enjoy the shenanigans.
Hi, I'm Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Arcana, who also uses she, her pronouns. Arcana is a half-elf artificer rogue from the very nearly and now locked devoured planet of Corazon. Chosen by the powers of chaos from her home faction, the Chaos Collective, she has innovated, fought, and betrayed her way to Neverwinter as a lone envoy from her home to deliver a warning against a pending invasion of a powerful elder being. Armed only with her wits, a penguin named Barbara, and a massive gun, she's here to make sure past mistakes are not repeated, and hopefully she won't get too distracted along the way.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Tessalin, who also uses she, her pronouns. Tessalin is an Abael, a sort of bee elf hybrid person, and her species have only just arrived in the material plane from the Abyss a couple of months ago through some kind of magical finagling. And if you want to know more about that, maybe you could go back and watch A Viscous Cycle, also DM'd by Shaun. After the events of said campaign, she was tasked by her mother, Queen Orlaj, to serve as an ambassador to the population of Neverwinter, which is a job she's been undertaking with great enthusiasm, as she's keen to explore this new world and that her hive have found themselves in, and all the terribly squishy folks that live in it.
Hi, so my name is Natalia, she, her pronouns, and I am very excited to be here and play with Roll Together in what I think is my debut game. Yay! So, I am here to join at Death's Door, and I play Zinmoira Lithram, who is born as to high elves in an established family in Neverwinter. She is a grave cleric who has been absent for a while, when she has, after a slightly transforming incident, gone to learn a bit more about herself and a bit more control. Hearing more about the disturbing events in Neverwinter that may or may not be affecting the city which her family live in, she has come back to investigate, save the day, and try and not let her inner compulsions get the better of her.
Hello there, my name's Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Jakarth, who also uses he, him pronouns. Jakarth is a hybrid ranger, fighter character. Hybrid. When I say hybrid, he's part human, part dragon. Not the dragon-born kind of dragon, the dragon kind of dragon. Having been experimented on by a rather horrible gentleman called Juroc Antoni. We've previously saw Jakarth in A Viscous Cycle, and he dealt with those demons along with his friend Eltrion, and he's now still working with the Church of Kelemvor as well as the Harpers, but don't tell anybody that.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or £1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search for Altogether RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Bumble, bumble, bumble. This is the break between. There's a pause card. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but acknowledge that it does happen, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we are open to being corrected, so please do just let us know in the chat if you think one has been missed. Check out !safety in the chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit. But for now, let us commence.
Hello and welcome everyone to the final episode of At Death's Door. Last session, we started off in the entrance to the catacombs where the party were, I was going to say interviewing, that's not the word, very forcefully interviewing, interrogating, that's the word. Yeah.
What has brought you here today?
What are your greatest strengths? Ragnorra, okay.
What is your chosen subject?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
All questions that I think had incorrect answers, given what eventually did happen to them. We got a few more answers. People were made less alive than they had previously been. And we carried on down into the maze beneath, where we discovered kind of recently dug, presumably, areas that just kind of wove around in different ways and places. We passed by some cages, which were much more sturdy and contained a number of aberrations, and we debated the philosophy with the qualia of this situation was very much discussed. But we persevered, we carried on, and found a door avec un riddle. And the riddle was solved. We entered the door and found the cultists who had already opened up a door into the world of Corazon, where Arcana had previously been, albeit about a week later, I think we discussed. Battle ensued. Many cultists were put to the sword, or the arrow, or the psychic thing. And we began to kind of chip away at the beast that had come through. However, right at the last moment, a buzzing sounded, and forming from the mass of wasps and buzzing insects was a large demonic form that eventually resolved itself into the being formerly known as Juroc Antoni. And that is where we pick up. So you watch as this kind of silhouette. It's strange. It buzzes in and out of resolving as a solid image of a person, but then bits of the silhouette will buzz and reform and crawl, and suddenly you're put in mind of bees crawling over honeycomb, or indeed flies circling a corpse. It kind of, your mind refuses to settle on one or the other as you try to understand the figure that is appearing in front of you. He surveys the five of you in front of him, seemingly deciding to just carry on with what he's there for, and moves to between the portal and the creature that is currently burrowing its way down through the floor. And a pair of large wasp-like wings kind of materialize on his back, and he just starts beating them. And through the portal, you hear an ungodly noise. I kind of recognize that noise.
Big nope. Nope.
Are we still in initiative, or?
We are indeed still in initiative. So unless anybody had any pithy remarks that they want to make, we will simply start at the top of the round, which is it's to Salem.
Just as a free action, having noticed Juroc Antoni, like, Antoni, come up with an anagram for pain. That's literally all I wanted to do.
Right.
That was right.
Do I recognise? I can't remember. Please remind me, Shaun. Do I recognise Antoni?
I mean, you would have been in psychic conversation with people, other Abael from your swarm, who I think that they did see him, possibly. Well, certainly you would have been in conversation with Eltrion, so Eltrion would have been able to pass it on. I feel like some of the Abael probably were around towards the end of Antoni's previous existence.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything that I can glean from the way that he's beating these wings? Is there any message that he's communicating that I would understand from that?
Interesting. I will give you a freebie action insight to see if you can discern this.
Okay. As a flat roll, so that's a 16.
Okay.
Add +5 to that. As a flash of genius from Arcana, just gives you a +5.
Oh, great.
Sweet, 21. Okay. So I think it's not like there's a kind of universal, way that different winged species communicate with their wings. However, you do get this kind of flash of insight that just makes you think like it's a kind of rhythmic, very there's definitely a pattern to it. It's not random, it's not like speech. It is a very kind of almost musical tone, and you just get this kind of sense of calling, of almost like a beacon trying to reach out and draw something near.
Okay. But he's made up of little tiny wasps.
It seems to be, but also seems to be large.
Also large demon that they've formed into.
I mean, I say large. Actually, kind of almost vying for size with the choker that had been drawn through previously.
Okay.
Whatever pacts Antoni has made to regain this third existence, it has bestowed upon him a large, a hulking presence.
Okay. Don't think it doesn't necessarily make sense from an economical, practical point of view, but I think Salen's been taken off guard by the fact that he's appeared using all of these wasps from the broods that were corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
you said that he's manifested between the humanoid centipede creature and the portal. How far away would he be from Salem?
I would say that you could get to him with your movement.
Okay. Could I position myself between him and the portal?
Probably not. Like you'd just be kind of able to edge up to him.
Okay. That's fine. Wasp's eyes are multifaceted, and if they're all over him, then they're looking behind as well as in front. She's gonna, as he's appeared and has started to fly away from her towards the portal, just try and telepathically shout at him, "What have you done with my siblings?" And then I'm going to fly up to as close as, well, not like face to face, antenna to antenna, but fly within 5 feet, and just shout at him. "Stop! Listen to me! I am here. I am all you need." And I'm going to try and use my panache. Could I need to make a persuasion check contested by a creature's insight.
Okay.
For this.
And you're doing this to Antoni.
To Antoni.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a nat 20 for a 32.
Okay. It's interesting how often this happens because I rolled a natural 1. What does this ability do?
Okay. It depends on whether it considers itself hostile to me or not. If it considers itself hostile, then it has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me. Can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than me for a minute or until one of my allies engages it. If it isn't hostile, it's charmed by me for a minute.
Okay. Does it say that this is a charm effect?
No, it just says it's the swashbuckler rogue's panache.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a spell. But if it's immune to being charmed, then
it is. Yeah, it is immune to being charmed. So I think if the non-hostile effect is that he would be charmed, I would probably say that the other effect is charmed as well. You know what? I'm going to let the dice decide. So, and I'm actually going to roll so that you can see rather than roll a dice. 1, 2, or 3. Antoni will only attack you. Will be under the effect. 4, 5, 6. He's immune. And that is a 3. So yeah, he is going to be under your spell for the time being until engaged by someone else.
Okay.
Hope you do not regret this.
Me too. Was that Shaun or Antoni?
No, that is me. He will say,
"Buzz off, little fly."
Does Antoni
I'm not talking
have
to you.
antennae? Does Antoni have antennae?
I mean, as fun as that is, occasionally some of the wasps kind of just kind of buzz in that pattern and it kind of resolves. But other than that, he just kind of looks like he's got this wild, just like the sides hair, that kind of old man look.
Sense of humour, got it.
The one that I avoid sporting as much as possible.
So we've got a multiverse, we've got Antoni Man, and we've got the Wasps. Are we sure this isn't going to be some sort of copyright claim by Marvel?
I think that was too good even for a boo card. Yeah. All right. Stream over. We're done.
See you, folks. Good night.
Fun. Bye.
Yeah. Anyway, so in response to him saying, "Buzz off," she will just say, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. You have a queen already, a queen who will embrace you all. Stop what you're doing and listen to me. And I guess that's kind of it, because I don't think I'm going to do anything bonus action-wise.
Nice. Okay. Well, if that's everything on your turn, it will pass to Moira.
Cool. So, spiritual weapon again on the torso creature.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action. So
With advantage.
with advantage. Ooh, fun. Oh, which dice? should I-
Restrained, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, still until the start of my turn.
Okay. Okay, that's with advantage. That's good. So that is a 23.
To hit, will hit.
Fantastic. And that is a... third level again, so I need to count. 2d8. Ooh, that's good. 15 points of force damage.
Nice.
And then as I continue moving, I want to cast Blight at it.
Cool. Is that a save?
That is a Constitution saving throw on its part. And we've worked out it's good at Constitution, but it's also baned and it's still half damage if it makes it.
Well, yeah, I did not roll very well. I rolled a 17, but that is -4 on the Bane dice. So that is worth 13.
That is 8d8 worth of necrotic damage. Do I have enough 8s? I think so.
That old question.
Always worrying when your cleric lets off a
Chuckle.
menacing laugh like that.
Not quite enough, but I'll make. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's good. $19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 96, 42 again. 34 points of necrotic damage.
Awesome.
Yeah. Basically average. Just about.
Sweet. Consider it blighted.
Fantastic. And I am just going to keep running. And then I think drawing to Salem, just jump in front of the man who now calls himself Antoni, Juroc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not engaging, but I am just going to go and just go, hi again. What the fuck are you doing this time?
Awesome. Anything else in your turn? Bonus actions? You can move your spiritual weapon closer, can't you? With your bonus action.
Yes.
So, yeah. Consider that.
That's kind of more to the back of the creature and closer to what's his face now as well.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. If that's everything on your turn, I have precisely one cultist left, I think, who I'm sure is going to do... Oh, no, I've got 2. I can't read my scrawls. I'm going to say 2. And I think that they're on the floor with Arcana. So I think... yeah, we're gonna go for Arcana, I'm afraid.
Don't do no damage yet, so I'm fine.
They're trying. That is the lowest of that is a 14, which I don't think hits. But the other one's a 19.
That does hit, but I'm going to save my reaction, so that does hit.
Okie dokie. And yeah, probably for the best. I've forgotten what. It's a D6. Where did I put that? Oof. That is 7 points of slashing damage as this hit is particularly effective.
Still in temporary hit points.
But he did his best. That is what we're
He's
telling
trying.
ourselves. Yes. Next in line, it is Jakarth.
Seeing Juroc, I do not look very happy. I'm just going to shout, Juroc! Point my arrow down, or my bow, sorry. Just an arrow isn't going to do much, but point the bow down towards the human centipede-style creature, and I'm going to fire 2 shots at it. Sharpshooter with advantage because it's restrained.
I'm going to say I point my bow down and shoot my mount in the head out of rage.
That's
No levels in Barbarian, but I would allow it.
The first one is a 25 to hit.
Nice. 25 will hit, yes. Roll me your damage.
And the second one will be a 19 to hit.
Also
this, with advantage, Josh.
Yes, I've done that with advantage,
Nice. Nice.
Awesome. So I'm going to make it my favoured foe.
Mm-hmm.
So the first attack is going to be 30 points of piercing damage. And the second attack, which I will use my Dreadful Strikes on, although it's probably immune to psychic damage, but hey-ho, is going to be 20 points of piercing damage and 4 points of psychic damage.
Awesome. What does Jakar say as this beast seems to breathe its last?
I'm coming for you next, Antoni. You don't get to do what you did and live again. And again, and again, and again. And I'm just going to start firing. I know, obviously, it's out of my turn. I'm just going to keep firing arrows.
Okay. But that's stylistic, isn't it? You've used all of your actual arrows.
Yeah, well, that's actually gone. But that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Well, if that's the end of your turn, then Eltrion, you are up next.
Yeah, I'm in two minds. Part of me, like the sight of Antoni with the history there, that's very. I mean, that's going to have some emotional effect. That said, the pressing worry is this portal that we still don't really know. You know, we have the pluggy thing, which may or may not work depending on how far they got along with it. So I don't know. Antoni is charmed, isn't charmed? I don't know, I suppose.
Hasn't taken a turn yet, but appears to be focused on Tessalin.
All right. I'm gonna roll for it if I may, just to see whether the rage would kind of blind me or not. So anything above a 10, I'm feeling some anger. Well, that's a nat 1. So I couldn't be more passive. In fact, I just fuck off to the pub, Shaun. I couldn't give a shit. All right, let's spend this moving closer to the room and just trying to. I think with the nat 1, I'm trying to get an idea of this portal and anything that we might do to affect it, or where the thing would need to be applied, that sort of stuff. And yeah, I guess. I'm not really good at any of these things, so I guess investigation or arcana would be aiming for.
Okay.
They are the same bonus, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much the same information either way, so yeah.
Totally fair. This is just me. This is what my character would have done, but in a way that isn't actually screwing people. Oh, it's a nat 20. I mean, it couldn't have gone better, I guess.
Okay. So you were investigating the portal and trying to determine whether
what do we need to do, basically?
With a natural 20, I think that you kind of get a clarity of mind. So it's not so much that you're passive; it's that you're almost hyper focused. You know what you need to do. You are put in mind of the plans that Arcana had laid out previously. You just get this kind of moment of utter crystal clear clarity that yes, Arcana's plan will work. It has to work. It is the only chance. You just need to get that device to the portal.
I would, just a bit of a flavor on that, I'm imagining it's like looking in, like when Frodo puts the ring on in Lord of the Rings. So like everything's these kind of this wispy grayness, and then just the focus on the one thing of color and brightness, which is that portal, and then just the sudden look at it. Any sense of like how imminent the doom is from t'other side? If I had to sort of put it into say rounds,
I mean. It'll take as many rounds as it takes. You can see kind of in the distance of this orange parched planet. There is a kind of almost membrane-like substance covering the sky, and in the center of that is a horrific creature that just. It's almost just formed of skin and malice is literally all that holds it up. It has a couple of humanoid-looking faces that writhe around on its form. You would probably guess that it will take it. It would be there within the minute, certainly.
Sure. In which case, I'm going to move as far as I can towards the portal without going into sort of melee range of horrible wasp Antoni, and just try and meet Arcana's eye and just effectively say, "Go and do what you need to do. I'll cover you," and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Now the dragon is going to fuck shit up.
Before it gets to the dragon's turn, Antoni is going to take a legendary action.
Oh no, the dragon's going to get fucked up. Sorry, Jakarth, I've got you.
Well, Antoni is currently fixated on Tessalin. So,
thank you, Tessalin.
Nat, could you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, taking one for the team.
Great.
So brave.
I have a flat modifier to this. Oh, okay. A 15. No, a 7. Thank you, Digital Dice, for that emotional roller coaster.
Let me just double check. I don't want to. No, that is right. Okay. You are frightened of Antoni until the end of your next turn. And you're going to take some damage, which I don't have enough dice, so I'm going to roll on D&D Beyond.
That's concerning.
Sorry, what now?
I have enough dice, but just not in front of me right now. So
the D4s, right?
D10s. Technically, I suppose I could have rolled more percentile dice. 42 points of psychic.
Yeah, that's pretty frightening.
Psychic damage. And Antoni somehow seems revitalized, despite having not taken any damage.
Oh man.
So
I'm so glad I took the spell.
That is that. You'll be glad to know. And it is now the dragon's turn.
Cool. Dragon is gonna very simply, wasting no time, fly down towards Antoni and remaining the furthest distance away that it can, which is the 10 foot, and doing the reach. There's nothing else at this point, but positioning itself so that when it blasts a cone, it's not going to hit any of the others if possible.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, 2 attacks. It's a nat 20 for the first.
That'll hit.
And that's so close to being a nat 20 for the second, but it isn't. So that's a 12 for the second, which I presume misses.
12 misses.
But overall, and just a dex save, DC 18.
Oh, interesting. The dice do not like me today. That is a natural 1.
Okay. Let me just add some stuff up. Well, don't worry, that was the worst that could have been. But at least it doubles. 4, 4, 5, 8, 13, and then this will be acid damage. So 13 slash 5 acid, so 18 in total, assuming no resistance is.
Doesn't seem to be resistant to any of those.
Cool. Well, better than a kick in the face, I suppose. And then we zoom back up as far as we can to try and be 30 feet away with our Jakarth dragon rider riding dragony.
With a yeehaw.
Yeah.
As you leave Antoni's range, you were unfortunately still close enough, and is going to take the opportunity attack against the dragon.
Use your lasso of
I
truth.
don't know if he can, if he is actually charmed by me. Or did you suggest that he'd shaken it off?
Taylor Swift.
You said that this ability is only until attacked by or engaged by another creature.
No, that is true. Yeah.
But also, he is still immune to charm effects, so...
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. He was enraged by you. I was going to give you the effects of the ability, but he's no longer within that. That is... I've lost the spell. Not spell. 20.
Sorry, Bobs.
That is worse. That is a 15.
Doesn't hit.
Nice. Who gets your advantage?
Since nobody else needed it last time, I'm gonna pop it to Jakarth again, since the only person that makes physical attacks.
Yeah, Tasailin would, but will not be using it next round, I guess.
All right.
Do this.
Well, if that's everything on the dragon's turn.
Yep, that's your lot.
Arcana, you're up next.
Woohoo!
Cool. Can I see how to apply the device and like roughly how long it will take to take effect?
So, I think I previously described it to you as basically an immovable rod with added stuff. So it is literally just you need to get it in position where you believe that this weak spot is, probably where the massive portal has been opened. Click it. As far as you're aware, it should start taking effect straight away. It might not be literally, click on, click off, but that's all you kind of need to do, and then you can leave it be in place.
In case I will bonus action cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself.
Sweet.
And I do that by kind of have a bangle on my wrist. I just kind of spin it until it goes really, really fast, and it just kind of goes up the arm, and I just start flickering in and out of existence a little bit. And I make my way over to the rift, take a second to look at my utterly ravaged home that I'm probably never going to see again. Had a couple tears, angrily swipe them away, and put the device in place and click.
Awesome. As you do so, you can see that the energies within the device are starting to work against the gyroscope that is causing the rift to open, and the image starts to kind of flicker, gets a bit hazy. There's a grunt of frustration from Antoni, and a yowl of rage from Ragnorra, who senses that a world is about to be torn from her grip.
I swear into the void.
Awesome. That's kind of action and bonus, isn't it? So
that's everything I can do.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Is Barbara able to do anything at this point?
I used my bonus action to make sure I didn't get any opportunity attacks, so not at the moment.
Okay. All right then.
She's just there, being a penguin.
In that case, it is now Antoni's turn proper. So Antoni is going to... so many choices. I'm going to roll a d10 twice. and determine, based on your position on my screen, where what's going to happen. One is going to be on Moira. One is going to be on Arcana. As the one who has followed the plans, you're taking one of these, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Silver dice is on Moira. Black dice on Arcana. Oof. That is on Moira, that is a 23. And on Arcana, that is a 30. 30.
How did 30 possibly hit me?
I mean, just in case you were thinking of shielding, I suppose.
Oh, God, that is a high modifier. That's not fun.
That is 16 on 16 points of force damage on Moira. And that is, I can't maths. 10 points of force damage on Arcana.
Everyone say thank you for the temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you watch as Antoni's he kind of reaches out with both hands towards the two victims that he's chosen, and the wasps that are constantly swarming around his form just kind of almost shoot out in a direct path directly for you, and the force damage is just the impact from these wasps as they impact on your personage. That is everything that he's going to do on his turn, though. He's quite happy where he is. Is still kind of beating his wings, trying to kind of lure Ragnorra through the gradually dissipating portal. Yeah, that's it. So back to the top of the round to Salen.
Salen is she doesn't have humanoid eyes, she has insectoid eyes, so it's hard to see like the sort of fear and panic. But I guess especially for Eltrion, who spent more time with her, there's definitely like the way the antennae are moving, that's sort of stiffer, they look, I don't know, less what's the word, expressive than usual. And she's sort of hovering next to this thing. And then I'm gonna cunning action disengage, and I'm gonna fly 30 feet away. I don't know if there's anything to hide behind.
This chamber's kind of got pillars around the edges. Not so much that you could hide directly behind, but like more like kind of struts in the inside. So you could kind of hide around one, but you wouldn't be directly behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, she's just gonna fly away and then kind of huddle next to the pillar for a second and just stare. I can't remember. I can technically still attack when frightened, can't I?
Yeah, I believe you can, but while you can see the creature, you've got disadvantage.
Yes, yeah. She's gonna take out the spare dagger and sort of recover herself for half a second once she's got to this pillar and try and throw it. But I appreciate it. I would have probably self-imposed disadvantage anyway, even if I didn't, because this is just a panic. Like, do something useful. Throw. Yeah, I mean, I rolled a 3 and a 6, so that's a 12 to hit.
Yeah, it's not going to hit, I'm afraid.
No, I don't think so. It just, goes straight. It probably just goes through the portal.
Through the portal. There is a Faerunian dagger that is going to go down with the ship.
It's not Faerunian. It sort of feels like it's a carved a bale stinger.
A bale stinger. That'll confuse the archaeologists. I don't.
That's my turn. She's scared. She's hiding.
Perfect. Right. Well, after your turn, Moira.
Cool. So I know. How hurt is Salen?
Darn hurt.
Okay.
Should I have made a wisdom saving throw at the end of that? as well?
Um,
am I just
no,
not frightened anymore that it's the end of my turn?
Yeah, it only lasts until the end of your turn. So no saving throw required. Don't worry.
Okay.
She's looking pretty hurt.
I think I'm going to make a decision, and it's not going to be to heal Salin right now. I've got options for. It's actually easier if you're close to going down. It's easier for me to get you back up if you can. It is. If this works, I am going to try and cast banishment.
Okay.
On him, just remove the problem.
Fair. What's the DC?
It's a charisma saving throw. Just
charisma.
I don't know if he's got legendaries. He might get out of it anyway, but you never know.
At the very least, if you burn a legendary, that'd be grand.
That is 24.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine. I tried.
Always worth a shot, and always worth burning a legendary.
Yeah. And I am probably going to go into actual fighting him next round, but go and bring the spiritual weapon closer and just try and embrace him with strange energy.
Yeah, I'd say your spiritual weapon is probably close enough at this point. So if you wanted to make that attack.
Cool. That is a natural 3 + 8. That won't hit.
It does not, I'm afraid.
So I'm just going to okay. Seriously, you've not changed in decades? In decades and decades. You're worse than you were before. It's never going to work.
He kind of focuses on you and almost looks like he's going to say something, but decides just to remain stoic. Is everything on your turn?
Yeah.
I have 2 cultists. Arcana's run away. I'm not sure they can really do anything. They're just kind of stood there like, what's going on?
Is this the immortality we were promised?
Yeah.
Oh bless, they're so incompetent. It's kind of adorable.
I feel like they're basically the two pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean. Is it Rigetti and they're like those two. They're the last 2 left. The leaders are dead. They're just surrounded by people who outclass them in every way. And even the monster that they brought through to fight for them has been taken down. I think they're just going to run away. They are literally just going to use their action to disengage, and they're just going to sidle out of the room. And maybe the Cult of the Dragon is hiring. Who knows?
Must have at least 2 years' experience of cult.
Doesn't matter which one.
And that's called devotion, a must.
Malice is around somewhere collecting evil minions into his snake cult, so they'd be welcome there.
They got to unionize.
Yeah.
Do you have dental?
What are the differences? What's the transference from wasp bees to snake? Surely there's transferable skills there.
Yeah.
Gotta be. And we've got better benefits. Like hissing and poison.
So as they gracefully run away, Jakarth, it is your turn next.
I'm going to point my bow at Juroc, and I'm going to fire 2 shots at him. Does now that he's seemingly absorbed some of Salin's horror, does it look like he has more of a physical form under the swarming wasps?
It's kind of like Antoni's become this part demonic entity, so it's kind of like he has both a physical form and is also made of bees. Like that, it's kind of he's existing in this twin state that your mind just refuses to understand. But there is something that you can shoot at, yes.
I'm going to take 2 shots. Sharpshooter. The first one's with advantage because of the silvery barbs from Eltrion.
Sweet.
What we're
Oh
seeing
my
is
god, that is a natural 1 and a 2, so that's a 10 to hit on the first one.
Oh dear.
That is not going to hit.
Right, my dragon lurches to the side and throws off your aim. I'm so sorry.
My second attack is, oh my god, that is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
I get really, really angry and I'm going to action surge and shoot 2 more times.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a 20 to hit, non-natural.
That will hit.
And then again, that is a, 17 to hit.
17. Yes, that hits.
Okay. So on the first attack, I'm going to make him my favoured foe. I'm going to hit him with a dreadful strike, and I'm going to use a pushing attack on him as well as a superiority die. So if he's, I'll roll damage first. That's, hang on, because my d8's disappeared. So that is going to be 29 points of piercing damage, 2 points of psychic damage, and a strength saving throw, please.
Well worth the action surge, I'd say.
Sorry, nothing. And strength save, you said?
Yes, please.
I'm going to put this dice away. That is the third one that this dice has rolled.
No, keep it. Seems great.
You think? All right, well, maybe I'll put it.
It's probably not. It's probably not balanced. So I'd retire it to dice gel.
Dice gel. That was a natural 1. A natural 1 is a natural 1, whatever my modifier is. So
he's pushed 15 feet towards the portal.
Nice. Yes, you somehow through your this kind of fervor and insistent firing arrows towards him, you manage to impact him enough and take him off guard enough that he kind of stumbles back 15.
And my second lot of damage, which I'll do push and strike again, is 23 plus.
This is damage.
This is for damage, yeah. That is 27 points of piercing damage and another strength saving throw, please.
Nice. That dice. That is a 14.
No, that fails, so he's pushed another 15 feet towards. How close is he to the portal?
I mean, at this point, his wings are starting to kind of clip the portal, and because it's kind of phasing in and out, you can see that bees are starting to kind of be almost like snipped off by the closing of the portal. It's right at his back, but it is definitely flickering out of existence.
I would like to try some bullshittery, please.
Bullshit away.
If you don't mind. What I would like to do is, seeing how close he is to the edge of the portal, I'm going to stand up on the top of the dragon, and I'm going to just let myself fall towards Juroc. And as I'm falling through the air, I want to misty step and like shoulder barge him into the portal. And if I have to go with him, I will.
Okay.
So I'm sort of using the misty step, the force of the fall plus the force of the misty step pushing me forward to push him and my body.
Rules as writ, that would require an action because it's effectively a grapple shove. But it's up to Shaun. It sounds fucking cool though, mate.
I think rule of cool, but I am going to have a saving throw. Evie, did you have a
question? Because I'm right by it, would you allow an opportunity attack where I attempt to catch Jakaf at the last moment?
I mean, we'll see if it gets to that, but I would, yes. I don't see why you couldn't opportunity attack grapple your friends.
Get down, Mr. President.
Josh, could you please roll me a athletics check? And this is going to be versus Antoni's athletics.
I'm not too good at these, but I'm going to roll it.
Hey, if it's meant to be.
That's a 10.
That's a 24.
It may not be meant to be. Just bounce off.
Oh, shit. Pulled into Arcana's arms.
Yeah. I will. Hey, make the grapple. Can you make a strength-based attack as it's kind of grabbing? See if you can kind of catch Jakarth as he goes.
I'll help because that was a thought. Because I think I'm on the other side, so I'm just gonna help if I can.
Say this is a strength check.
Yeah, basically a strength check.
Can you use my armor?
Nice.
So I can add my intelligence mod instead of anything else.
I love that armor so much.
Here's me thinking that I'm being mean, and I just played directly into your class abilities.
That is 22.
22, yeah, 22 is enough. So yeah, as Antoni kind of slightly shifts the form, and the bees just, suddenly he stood face on, and then the bees just merge and swarm elsewhere, and he stood side on, and Jakarth just kind of flies past. But Arcana, with your magical armor, you manage to grapple Jakarth before he goes too close to the edge of the portal.
Very nice.
Just catch.
Idiot.
Yeah, that's right.
At the end of your turn, Antoni's using a legendary action. The swarm suddenly dissipate. You can no longer resolve the figure of a standing giant in front of you. And they fly to another area of the room near to... is Eltrion in the room right now?
By the portal.
You're by the portal, that's right. He is going to reform closer to the door that you entered through, a bit closer to Salin. And this is... Can you make can you make a Constitution saving throw this time, Nat?
Sure. I've got a +1 bonus to this. That's slightly better. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
For a
Okay.
21.
That passes.
Okay.
You'll be glad to know. You do take
Panicking for a
half.
sec. Oh.
You do take half of this, which is half of 15, rounding down, so 7.
Okay.
And this is necrotic damage, as Antoni's wasps kind of they fly past you, and as they fly past you, tear at your skin with little mandibles, like bits of chitin are kind of taken with them, and they reform into Antoni, trying to kind of form up with him, but it seems like you managing to avoid the worst effects of it have meant that he hasn't managed to hasn't revitalized from this one.
I am not part of your swarm.
Okay, that happened at the end of Jakarth's turn, which means it is Eltrion's turn next.
Well, seeing that Jakarth has absented himself from the dragon, that actually makes my next move pretty easy to decide upon. Now, it seems as though the midden is hitting the windmill, so to speak, and push has well and truly come to shove. You might say it's unbelievable. So what I'm going to do, having seen that Antoni has the capacity to manifest forms, shift around, and all this stuff, I'm going to use the most powerful ability I have. So, racked with seeming pain, Eltrion focuses his mind and attempts to grasp this shifting... Huge, you say?
It's actually classed as gargantuan.
Well, forget all of that I said, because it won't work on a gargantuan creature.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, he was vying for height with the choker.
That's okay.
Genuinely thought for a second, David, you were going to say the most powerful ability that Eltrion has, and start shaping water.
Yeah, I mean, that was an option. I mean, I was going to go for telekinesis. Sorry, bear with me now, because I completely spent about 5 minutes coming up with that plan.
I mean, and to be honest, rule of cool, I'm more than happy to play fast and loose with the sizing categories. If
I mean, I'm happy to roll for this level of power to potentially kill me.
All right.
I'm happy to roll, say a D20, and a nat 1 will kill me.
Well, okay. Tell you what. This creature actually has an ability which I figured wouldn't come up. It's called Pact of Suffering. Should you want to make a pact with Antoni, you would have the option. And there is basically the pact gives you an extra spell. When you cast the spell, you take 6d6. That is 6d6, not 66. Psychic damage. Which can't break your concentration on the spell, you'd be glad to know. But I'm more than happy for you to take that.
That seems like it is remarkably applicable to this. It's very much just grasping for the capacity to go beyond the power that I possess. So the fact that it would rack some pain on the mind, totally, man. I'm happy to go for that if you are.
Yeah, sweet.
After all that, he's probably going to pass the roll anyway.
It's something from your previous encounters with Antoni has clearly kind of laid its mark on you. So you've got this shared destiny.
Oh yeah, I like that. That is a classic fantasy trope, and I'm all for it.
Yeah. We're gonna go ham. Let's
see.
Go the whole hog.
Do you want me to roll the d6s and see how much damage I take?
I will roll the d6s. You roll your ability.
Okay.
That sound fair?
Well, yeah. So using telekinesis, and I bet after all this shit, it will actually pass the roll anyway. It's a contested strength check versus charisma check to see whether or not I can grasp him in my mind fist.
I mean, rule of cool, mate. You're taking damage for this. I'm not even going to cheese this with a legendary resistance. I'm going to leave it entirely up to the dice. You're taking 20 damage, which I think is below the odds.
Totally fine, yeah.
And I'm going to roll this for you. What sort of save did you say it was?
So it's not a save. It would be a strength check. So your pure strength modifier versus my charisma check, which is my pure charisma modifier. So basically, whatever your plus is on a d20. I think that's how it works. I'm always slightly confused by this stuff.
Well, the modifier is an 8, so everybody can see this dice that I'm rolling. That's a 17 plus the 8. That's a 25.
That's fine. I can match that, but I think you would beat it anyway, so I'm not going to bother re-rolling the d20, but I can try again on subsequent turns.
Okay. So it's like a concentrate on it and keep it up.
Yeah, it's an ability that stays. So he would be aware of basically my attempt to try and restrain, but the fact that it hasn't actually affected at this point. Cool. Yeah, I could do some other shit as well. How far away is he now?
He moved about 40 feet away from you.
Cool. In which case I'll move to within 30 feet, just sort of, working as if it's moving through concrete effectively, just these blasts of madness, if anyone's seen Elden Ring, kind of coming out. And I'm going to try and use my bonus action to, in a pathetic imitation, but perhaps as a residual effect, it's a DC 17 strength save this time against telekinetic shove to pull him 5 feet further towards us.
My dice are firmly on your side. That was a natural 1 on a different one.
Yeah. That's something. Eltrion looks in a bad way psychologically, but his hit points, if such a thing were to be seen by people in the world, would look fine.
Was that damage?
No, it's literally just a 5-foot pull. It's a bonus action ability.
Sweet. So yeah, you kind of pull this figure towards you, and it kind of resolves a little bit closer. Nice. Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah, that's the lot. Sorry, that was a lot of waffle for a 5-foot pull.
That's all right. Is your dragon doing anything?
But
The dragon's gone.
Oh, the dragon's gone
I
down.
dropped concentration in this one attempt to do something that would have been tremendously cool, but failed. So there it is.
At least Eltrion pulled.
I'll get my
Once
coat.
is like,
Josh, because of that, I'm going to use a legendary action. I'm going to throw a bolt of suffering at you.
They don't call him Golden Arm for nothing.
oh, Ultron Golden Arm. What a charmer.
That's an 18.
Goodness me.
Meets my AC.
You nearly put the agonizing burst off, but not quite. Not quite. 1, 2, 3 of those. Oof. That is 22 force damage.
Okay, let me math that quickly.
But that is legendary action. So, Arcana, it is your turn.
portal looking.
The portal, it looks like it's going to fizzle out any second. In fact, I would say it would take a round, so it's kind of your item has won the battle between the gyroscope and is beginning to seal off the plane.
In that case, looking around, I'll just mutter, does everyone know each other here? I feel like I'm missing a link. You guys have got this, and I'm just gonna use my turn to get the last look I can of my world. Like, this is their fight, this was mine, and I'm seeing it done.
Fair enough. Would you like to command Barbara to do anything?
Yes! Barbara will just kind of look around and just go, where? And see the only target the people are attacking and unleash some force
A newt
onto
of death.
Antoni. And that is... that's not the best. So it's a 16 to hit.
16 doesn't quite hit. Sorry.
Just more into a wall. Just feels my distress.
If that's everything on your turn, then it is Antoni's turn. And he is going to again blast at some of the people arrayed around. And again, I'm going to determine this with the dice. So that is going to be Moira, and that is going to be Jakarth. So first on...
Is this a spell effect, Shaun, or just an attack?
It is a ranged spell attack.
So theoretically it could be counterspelled.
Interesting.
Or could it? I don't know. The casting of a spell. So I don't know. I would say, I mean, it's up to you, mate. I'd say rules about that probably only applies to like actual spells rather than
an
attacky tack.
But at the same time, I would say that the cost is quite high if you're ticking off a, third level at least spell slot?
Yeah. It's a reasonable cost.
Yeah, I think that the cost is in line, and it also stops you from doing silvery barbs. So
takes away my reaction for sure.
Yeah, if you want to use it, I'm more than happy for you to do it.
I think Eltrion would, mate. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just trying to protect my fam.
Okay. So the one on Moira is a 21. Would that hit?
Yes. Ow.
Are you going to wait for the one that's going for Jakarth? Is that kind of what the thing is?
I think I would just try and stop the first one without sort of thinking about there might be a follow-up. So just as soon as I felt the power kind of coalescing, I'm trying to just clamp down on that.
In that case, it's Moira's hit that's going to get.
It's like,
cancelled.
but wait, there's more. No.
And then on Jakarth, that is a 31.
No, that does not hit Shaun. No.
Shouldn't have given you magical armor.
Just no.
Yeah.
This is what you get for jumping off a dragon.
Wishing you could roll slightly better just so I can, because I can't counter high rolls, I can counter crits.
I mean, it was a 19 on the dice. That's, gives you a bit of insight into what I'm rolling. 21 force damage. Okay, but that is his turn. He is, going to remain where he is, threateningly. And we go back to the top of the round to Salem.
I think seeing that he's just full on attacking everyone, I think hopefully, we'll see what the dice say, but she's sort of steeled herself a bit more and is going to try and fly in because he canonically came closer, so I don't even need to dash to get close to him, right? He's within 30 feet. He got really close to me, right? Because he tried to take bits of me.
Yeah, he went right up next to you. He was, he's literally 10 feet away from you.
Great, okay. He is there then. Come on, dice. Be my friend. That's not as friendly as I'd like, but it's still a 21.
21 hits.
Okay, so we got the regular 1d4 plus 6, that's 10 piercing damage. And then I also I get to sneak attack because there's no other enemies about. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 d6 on my sneak attack. And I've remembered I'm a piercer as well, so one of those dice came up a 1, so I'm going to re-roll one of those. Okay, so that's 19 piercing damage on a sneak attack.
Perfect. Bonus actions?
I am going to I'm gonna disengage and fly away. That's too scary.
Yeah.
Only about 20 feet maybe.
Yeah, so you kind of dart in, you stab with your bee stinger style daggers and disparu. Perfect. Next in my list, Moira.
Well, can I get close enough to him to touch him, or is he just a bit too far away?
No, I think he's close enough that you could. You'd probably have to give up the walking along walls thing, but if you walk directly to him, you can get there. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, just kind of walk off the wall, kind of move up to him, just kind of grab him by the shoulder and just go. Every single time it goes wrong. It didn't work in the beginning. It's not going to work now. You need to stop for your own peace of mind. And I'm going to grip my nails start getting a little longer, and I'm just going to grip them into his shoulder and cast Vampire Touch.
Okay, is that a save or is that an attack?
No, that is an attack.
Okay, please make your attack.
Ooh, now after that, let's see if that actually works. That, 25.
To hit, yes, that will hit.
Cool. So that is 3d6 necrotic damage, and as long as I've got concentration, I can just keep doing it from melee now. That's my spellcast. So that is 11 points of necrotic.
Nice.
And that's a new concentration up. And then I'm just going to keep the non-Euclidean spiritual weapon kind of by Arcana, just in case something starts to sneak through, just so I can bop it on the body part.
Okay.
And allow her to...
Perfect. Anything else on your turn?
Just more continued yelling. about the futility of his actions and the meaning of life. So much yelling.
Perfect. Right, well, moving on from the scary cleric. Jakarth.
He deserves to die 1,000 deaths. I'm going to run round to the corpse of the human centipede and use that for cover. And then I'm going to fire 2 arrows at him.
Okay.
Sharpshooter.
Really wish you'd stop calling it this human centipede.
Sorry. Let's say 27 to hit.
No, I think you were muted.
I was going to say, just the way you described it, what else are we supposed to call it?
Yeah.
I know you've given it a name, but I can't remember.
You say that there's worse than humans in this thing.
That's why it's a humanoid centipede.
I imagined it as just a very giant torso, just walking on there.
Just a giant one of them.
Pretty much, just.
What are your attacks?
My first attack was a 27 to hit. My second attack was a natural 20.
Well, those will both hit. Please roll me your damages.
So the first one is going to be plus this. That is 25 points of piercing damage.
Fine.
And the second attack, which has now rolled double, so that was 2 dreadful strikes on this. What? For some reason, my mouse is double-clicking everything. That is 23 points of piercing damage and 4 points of psychic damage.
Oof. 7 in total. Perfect.
And then that is going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to retaliate and throw an agonizing blast at you for a 21 to hit.
Do I get any sort of cover for the corpse?
I can't remember what your AC is, so I will say you can have quarter cover, which I think is +2.
That still hits him.
Sorry,
that's right.
Could not remember what your AC was. That is 19 points of damage.
Sort of fall to one knee, looking very bloodied.
And the wasps that were sent out kind of come back to him, and he looks a little bit healthier, having smacked you one. That's the end of your turn, then, Eltrion.
Well, I've committed to this course of action, so I'm going to continue, at the very least, attempting to ensnare. So, yeah, contested strength check versus charisma. Jesus Christ, I can't roll for shit.
19?
Do you know what? There's a chance I might beat it, so I'm going to use 1 sorcery point to re-roll it.
Cool.
17.
Use my reaction to give you a +5.
Oh, brilliant. 22.
Awesome.
Oh, God. Through the worst headache I've ever had. I feel as if you're helping me. Thank you.
Think of the Qualia!
Qualia! She was my wife! Who? What? I've never been married. I don't know. Bubbles. Yeah, so that means...
Apology term, you fool!
What happens on
yes,
success?
Something cool happens. He be drained. You can move as for these purposes, gargantuan or smaller creature.
Mm-hmm.
If you win the contest, you move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction, including upward, but not beyond the range of the spell. So I'd like to move him into the middle of all of us, so they're effectively forming a circle of punchingness. The creature is restrained until the end of my next turn. A creature lifted upward is suspended in midair, but I don't really see the point of pulling him out of melee range of people, other than it would look kind of cool to have him just slowly rotating. So I look at this as just sort of using like Professor Xing this shit, and just sort of using my telekinetic ability to just hold all of the waspy bits together, which is taking a tremendous toll. Awesome. And yeah, okay. We're coming to the end of this thing, so I'm going to Remind me, Shaun, previously in my encounters with Antoni, has he proven to be resistant or immune to psychic damage?
I would say that you, through your kind of link that you've formed through witnessing or causing the death of Antoni a couple of times, you think that he's probably developing a little bit of a resistance.
Yeah. That's what I thought, and he's already restrained. Cool. Well, I haven't cast a spell this turn, so I'm going to use my final 2 sorcery points to quicken spell, and as with my bonus action, I am then going to cast. What's the most powerful thing I've got left? Yeah, simple one. Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Okay, that's an attack roll, isn't it?
Yes, it'll be a straight attack roll, and
4th level 4 bursts.
3 plus 2. Hang on. Higher levels, when you cast it using 3rd level or higher, you create 1 additional ray for each slot above 2nd, so 5 rays in total.
Right. Nice.
Birds of rays. 12 won't hit.
Nope.
23.
Hits.
Cool. I'll just roll all of these first. 20.
Hits.
Cool. 19.
Hits.
And a 27.
4 of them hit.
Cool. So that'll be 3 plus 5 is 8. 12. And 8. 20 points of fire damage, and just held there like a waspy punch bag. Ah! Just flames, psychic lances, everything's just pouring out of Eltrion.
At the end of your turn, Antoni kind of looks at you, and recognition passes across his waspy reforming face, and he kind of recognizes that you are causing him some angst at this point, and is going to use a legendary action to agonizing blast you. But the dice are not happy today, so 14.
Whoa. Will hit or would hit. Is it an AC?
Yeah, it's just 14 versus your AC.
Shield.
You used your reaction, didn't you?
Did I? I don't think so.
No, because this is your turn, so it's come back. Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, shield will spring up, just seemingly without even looking. I'm in such a psychic zen at this point. It's just mind shield. TM.
Amazing. Okay. I need to cross dragon out. Dragon no more. Cool. Right, that happened at the end of your turn. So Arcana, it is your turn.
Cool. The portal has it completely fizzled now.
Yes, it is gone.
Cool. And how is everyone looking?
I think Jakarth's looking quite hurt. Tesalen's looking fairly hurt.
Tesalen, are you actually on the floor?
No, I canonically flew away about 20 feet. So I didn't
I can
actually
do
say
for you
where
in
I
the
was.
sky.
That's fine.
Arcana will again just angrily swipe away the remaining tears and kinetic jaunt over to Jakarth. Take a mini version of her massive gun and just kind of put it into his arm for a cure wound. Just first level, so that is D8. I love my
Put me out my
D8.
misery for a second there.
Ooh, okay, so that's full, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 healing, please.
Thank you.
And just kind of slump against the monstrosity. Just say, you got this, just try not to die at the last hurdle. And Barbara, angry that her last force ballista didn't hit, is going to try again.
Please do.
Okay, that makes that 27 to hit.
27 hits, yeah.
With advantage, it's an attack roll.
I'll give it a go.
Oh yeah, restrained.
Oh, yeah, 20.
Nice. Roll me your crit.
Okay. Oh, God, what the hell did it do?
Double the dice.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what the force ballista does for damage quickly. Bear with me. Put some hold music on. It will just be a second.
When I get that healing, I'm no longer dying. Healing, no longer dying.
Okay.
Healing.
I think we're about to have to pay for that song.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Twitch is fine.
So that'll be 48.
Oof.
Here we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 force damage.
Nice.
Well done, Barbara.
Perfect. Is that everything on your turn?
Did everything.
Antoni is nothing if not full of malice, whatever the adjective of that would be, and is going to attack Barbara. That is a 17 to hit.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage? How come, sorry?
Restrained.
Because of the restraint. Okay. That roll was better. So 17. What did you say?
17 doesn't hit
It
Barbara.
doesn't hit anyway.
Nice.
Okay. It was all for moot.
Moot.
Antoni kind of looks across at all of you, sees that there's kind of the five of you arrayed around, and can see that there's a couple of you who are wounded, and is just going to concentrate on Tsaelin, try and take someone out of the fight. Sorry, Nat. That is
That's right.
22
It will hit.
for
Man,
18 points of force damage.
These modifiers are so insane.
I'm going to uncanny dodge it.
Nice.
Actually, was that still with disadvantage?
Any attack rolls would be disadvantage.
Any
Yeah.
attack rolls? Okay. No, rolled better. Sorry. What did you say, Nat?
I'm going to uncanny dodge it.
Okay, so you halve it, don't you?
So that's 9 damage, yeah?
That's the one. And then another one. I don't think this one's going to get you. No, with disadvantage, that is only 14.
She's fine.
Okay.
I have 1 hit point.
Tis but a scratch.
I'm fine.
And on that button, I think we will take our break and return at the top of the round for Tsaelin, hanging on by a thread. It is anagram time, and it's the one that we've all been waiting for, I imagine. Last time I gave you the name of a mysterious figure, Mantioch, who, it will become as no surprise to you, goes by the surname Antoni. So that is MANTIOC ANTONI. That is MANTIOC ANTONI. And I'm not giving a hint this time.
Is it just Anthony Mantony?
Anthony Mantony. One of these days. No. Right, we will see you in 5-10 minutes, and for the conclusion of this thrilling combat.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from.
You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. On the South Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey, heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum test.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final part of the final episode of At Death's Door. Before we kick off, getting back into the combat, I set a little riddle, a little anagram. I believe our team did manage to solve it between them during the break, so who would like to announce what we believe it is?
We said it was contamination, didn't we?
Contamination, yeah. David and Talia were like, contaminant? And we're like, there's an ATION on the end.
Yeah, I mean...
What's a suffix between friends, really?
Unfortunately, I ran out of spell schools that I could use, because there's one that is also Asian, but it doesn't have the N. I can't remember which one it is now. Conjuration. No, that is Juroc.
Transmutation?
No, transmutation,
abjuration?
Abjuration's the one I can't use. So
you could have cheesed it and gone like necrom mutation.
Safety first.
Sensation.
Genuinely, I did look at like the schools of magic from like bygone years, and I think there was like a really old version of abjuration that I can't now remember what it was, and I decided it was naff anyway.
Yeah, they're not fun. Practice safe spells. Right. Mirror image and stuff is much cooler than shield. Shield's so boring.
But effective.
Yeah, it's a must-have. They might as well just give every character shield.
Nah.
Sorry, Shaun. Carry on.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm just going to mute myself while I witter away.
We've got to fill this timer somehow. Last time we continued with the fight with the choker that had been starting to bury its way down, trying to escape into Neverwinter, but you managed to see it off. And you also have begun taking the fight to Antoni, who had materialized. And yeah, lots of fighting, and we're going to continue with lots of fighting. So we're starting up at the top of the round. Salem, you are, I believe, not looking so healthy.
No, she's gonna, whatever the flying equivalent of limp is, over to
Flimp.
I mean, she's gonna flimp her way over. Like, like the usual strong buzzing noise of her wings is like and she's gonna make her way over and try a pathetic little star.
Okay, please do.
Oh, I'd love to, but I opened the item rather than hitting the roll button. Let's try. Come on.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. That is a good point. Okay. Well, so far we're on 21. Can it get better? Come on, nat 20. So we're still on a 21.
Okay. 21 hits. Roll me your damage.
Lovely. And that is going to be... Okay. 7 regular piercing damage. And then for the sneak attack... Boop, 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 5d6. Do, 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 do. And I get to reroll one of them. So that's... oh, no. 15.
To hit? No,
that's 15 extra sneak attack piercing damage.
Okay, I see.
She just sort of... yeah. like, just shoves the dagger in and sort of weakly pulls it out again.
Nice. I mean, it's slowly starting to show like the there are more gaps between the wasps trying to give form to this strange demonic being. And anything with your bonus action?
No, I don't think I'm gonna bother. He can still hit me if I move away.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well just stay here because she's so weak. I think she's just gonna weakly kind of look at all the wasps and sort of wiggle antenna at them and be like, just
why? He's not using you for good.
That's it.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm going to act proactively, or what's the word? Reactive. I'm going to attack the person who's next and try and put them off their game. So, Talia, you are next. I'm going to be... so Antoni is going to use the Terrorize legendary action to try and scare you so that you will be frightened and making your next attacks with disadvantage. Please could you make a wisdom saving throw? Probably choosing a pretty decent one for your character, but hey ho. I don't want to get stabbed.
That is a 23.
23 passes. You are only going to take half.
Okay.
Which is these
52 dice.
That's fine.
I did not roll super well. Okay, well that's... so I'll stop mumbling now. 30 halved, 15 psychic damage.
Cool. Cool.
All good?
Yes.
Okay. It is now your turn.
Cool. I'm going to take the spiritual weapon and just move it closer. I don't know how much closer I can get, but I'm just going to gently carry on dragging it to where he is.
Mm-hmm. So Eltrion dragged him more into the middle so that you could all be kind of quite close. So I think...
I'm tempted just to drop it and redo it above his head, which I might do. I don't want to do that. That's a spell, and I need to.
I would say that you've been moving it close enough. You could if he's in the center of the chamber and you're all kind of there, that would place kind of all of you within about 10 feet. Is that fair to say? Jakarth and Arcana, albeit on the other side of another gargantuan thing, but still just kind of that wings away.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 is his AC, so yes.
Oh god, thank god. Super. I've run out of D8s because I'm using something else. 8 points of force damage. And then for my action, seeing how injured Salin is, I am just going to just lengthen my teeth and just rip into my own arm. And then the kind of trickles down into the palm of my hand and disappears. I get injured and Salin takes twice my damage.
That's healing, I'm guessing.
That's healing.
Incredible.
Salin takes twice my damage. Salin is down.
Now.
Fuck you to Salin.
I had my fun keeping you that low. Now it's time to be.
We knew Moro was one of them.
Now she's turned against us. This is it. We've got to fight her now as well.
Okay, so I take 15 points of damage, which means you take 30 points of healing.
On cloud. Thank you.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the spell. I've used it before, but it's badass.
It is badass. And then I am going to... I think it's damage, so I have to roll a wisdom saving for the concentration check against myself.
Truth.
So I'll take... That will absolutely make it, so I've still got my vampire touch connection with Antoni.
Perfect.
So hopefully I can heal myself back up again.
Oh, woo.
Is anything else in your turn?
Bonus action, more continued yelling. Just fucking stop. Just stop. Just everything is getting very sharp about Zinmoyo at the moment. They are just, everything is just getting, the teeth sharp, the nails are sharp, just everything is sharp and they are mad.
Perfect. Right, well, if that is everything on your turn, then Jakarth, you're up next.
I will lean up against the corpse of the creature and just take a deep breath in as I get injected by Arcana. I'll just breathe and just let everything go silent around me for a second as I use Second Wind to heal myself a little bit more.
Nice.
That is going to be 7 more hit points in total. 7. And then my eyes will open and I'll look to Arcana with a little bit of a smile, and I'll just say, I'm sorry for the world that you've lost, but hang on, that's not in Jakarth's voice. I'm sorry for the world that you've lost, but I can help you find a new home if you want. Let's kill him first, though, and I'm going to sort of pop out, fire 2 arrows at him, and then pop back down and just smile at Arcana with a very sort of, oh shit, look on my face. Hey, this is with advantage, isn't it? So, sharpshooter. That is a 27 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Those have both hit, yes. Roll me your damage.
So the first one.
With advantage, was that, Josh?
Yeah, was with advantage.
Nice.
That is going to be
Never know when you might get a crit.
23 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
Okay.
The second one, which will have dreadful strikes on it as well, will be that's max damage. That's 25 plus 2, so that's 27 points of damage. So that's what, 50 something in total? 50 in total?
You watch as Antoni's form falters for a second. The gargantuan figure in front of you appears to kind of falter and stumble down to his knees. You almost feel like the day has been won, but then he steels himself and draws his remaining wasps into himself into a slightly smaller form, but this is a mythic encounter, so I'm afraid Antoni is coming back with some nasty abilities.
Great.
Sorry.
But you'll be glad to know that you've kind of taken him past the halfway point at this point. But
you can attack, but you're guaranteed to myth.
Yeah, I'm just going to see him do sort of like get a bit smaller, and then I'm just going to lean up against the body of the other creature and slump down a bit and just go to Arcana. You might want to get down a little bit further. And that's my turn.
Okay. That's everything on your turn. Then Altreon, you were up next.
Well, rightly or wrongly, by far the best thing that I can do for the team is try and maintain this telekinetic grip.
Mm-hmm.
Not to meta or anything, but this inspiration that we've never ever used ever. This might be the time for it. Just saying. Whomever has it, if they wanted to confer it, I'm not putting ideas into your head or anything like that, but
this is a team D10. You can if you think that it's worth it, if you need it.
I think if the opportunity to restrain him is worth it, but I'm open to anybody disagreeing.
I agree.
Advantage is so useful.
Well, I'm gonna roll the D10 first before the D20 just to build some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be a +6 to whatever it is. It's a contested strength roll. Strength check.
27.
Ooh, that's not amazing. Last sorcery point is being used to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I could have broken it anyway. So no, that fades. Do I have any bonus actions that I can do? Don't think so. Ooh, I have my meta magic addict. So these are the special thingies. Can I do anything with those? No, I'm going to save them for now. I'm just going to say that the effort of trying to do that has taken it out of me for this turn, and I will pass along.
Okay. At the end of Eltron's turn, it is Arcana's.
Arcana will turn to Jakarth, who is looking a bit healthier now.
A little bit. He still looks like he's a bit bloodied.
And just kind of like with a roll of the eyes and like a hint of a slightly unhinged smile, just saying, now's hardly the time to be making plans for the future. But thanks. Like, she seems quite genuinely happy to have had a little boost. And is going to kind of take stock of like how battered everyone is and just kind of, okay, level the gun, flip the barrel and aim a firebolt.
Sweet.
At Big Boy Tony. At Big Tony. For a 27 to hit.
27 will hit. Please.
Hey, big Tony.
Big Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is someone else within 5 feet?
Move away.
Okay, so that's 2d10 plus a d8 for the Eldritch Firearm, Arcane Firearm, and another 2d6 for sneak attacks. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 fire damage.
29, nice. Okay. Oh, now I've got to maths. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then Barbara will also again.
Please do.
Oh, for nearly a crit, but not quite. 19. So that's 30 to hit.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
See, that's okay. Let me roll this bad boy. 7, so that is another 13 force damage.
13. Nice. Perfect. Anything else?
I'm just still kind of propped up there on top of the carcass. I haven't kind of ducked back down though.
Okay. If that's everything on your turn, it is now Antoni's turn again. And I'm going to you watch as several swarms of wasps just suddenly take flight, and you briefly get a glimpse of the man that Antoni perhaps once was, just at the center of this swarm, just before the wasps fan out, and there is now a swarm dancing around each of you. Please could you all make a dexterity saving throw, all 5 of you.
Oh, yes.
What time to roll low? 11.
11, okay.
19.
19 was that Evie?
25.
13.
Okay.
28.
Okay. So 3 of you passed. Jakarth and Thin Moira, I unfortunately did not. So you do not take anything on a success. So those of you succeeded are fine. The other 2 of you take 26 points of necrotic damage as these wasps kind of swarm around you, start kind of biting and clawing at you. That's necrotic damage, and yep, that's that. And that is his action this turn. So back to the top of the round. To Salem.
Do I get the sense from these wasps, especially now they're super close to me? Like, I've definitely not got anything back from them at all, right? There's just nothing there. They're completely under his control. There's definitely no way of me sort of, vibrating the right way and they'd come around.
And Tony's corruption seems to be complete. So
fine. And I'm just gonna stab him again because it's what I do, but with advantage still. Yes. Because he's restrained.
Yep.
Yes. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, one of these times, surely. No. Oh, great. Good. That's not a crit that I was hoping for. That's 13.
13 does not
with
hit.
advantage. Lovely. I think she's just distracted by the wasps all around her and just being like, "Oh, come along. Ah. That's it."
Okay. All right. That's everything on your turn. Zinmora.
Cool. Well, I just made the concentration check to keep up the vampire touch. Which.
Okay. Good.
Barely. I'm going to kind of edge around these wasps and I guess just get my nails them in again and try and... It's a melee attacks with that spell stays up, so I can get some hit points back. So it's an advantage because he's restrained, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's that's a 20, dirty 20 to hit.
That's 20 hits.
Ooh. Cool. Cool. That's good for me. Okay, so 18 points of necrotic damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's 9 points of healing to me. And I was going to throw a healing word at someone, but I'm going to throw it to myself because I am not doing good. So my healing word is me continuing to yell at him, and that makes me feel better.
Old through rage.
Yes! You just...
My anger vitalizes me. Cool.
There's actually evidence that swearing improves your, what's the word, tenacity or your ability to work through pain.
And that, is 12 more points. I rolled well, so I am back at half health.
Good to know. Okay. That's everything on your turn. Antoni is going to use the legendary action to dissipate once more, and the wasps forming his being reform on the other side of the creature near Jakarth and Arcana, and he's going to as he reforms the wasps do a flyby on Jakarth. Could you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, no. Hey, that's a 4, so that's 7.
That is not going to pass, I'm afraid. You'll be glad to know it's not as bad an attack as the one I attempted on Zinmoira, but that is still a lot of 6s. 3 of them, in fact, and a 7. Someone math. 25 points of necrotic damage. And,
as the wasps do a flyby, I sort of get caught up in them, spin around, and then I just fall limp on the floor. I am unconscious.
And you would notice as well that it appears like the wasps have deliberately targeted the more dragon-scaled aspects of Jakarth, almost as if the places that Antoni had previously helped heal through his experimentation are forming the nourishment that is sustaining him at this point.
Bastard.
Yeah.
I can't say that, I'm unconscious.
That took place at the end of Zinmoira's turn as well. So, Jakarth, if you're down, that means could you please make me a death saving throw?
Oh, I rolled it. Ah, there we go. Yes, there you roll it. Yeah. That's 7, so that's a failure.
1 fail. Okay, that's your turn. Eltrion, you're up next. You're muted.
Well, I'm going to try and do the thing again, because I passed my concentration thingy off to taking the damage.
Perfect.
It's always worth a go, because you never know. Ooh, well, it's a 24.
Okay. Yes, contested strength. 19.
Oh, so restrained once again.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I hope it helps.
Should he have not been restrained that last turn then? If it
wasn't restrained the last turn because I didn't succeed on the attempt.
Okay, cool. Well, I perfectly trust that nobody was rolling with advantage, so that's all good.
I failed anyway.
I did, but I actually did well on both of them, so...
Well, no harm, no foul. It is fine. I forgot as well. Plus, this is hard, so, you know. I've entirely forgotten. Right. That's everything on Eltrion's turn? Bonus actions, anything?
I mean, the only bonus action I could do would be to pull him 5 feet, and considering I can do up to 30, it seems a bit overkill. Do you know what, actually, bonus action, I will just speak into telepathically into his mind. Like, you know, we could always do this the easy way.
you could just join me.
Yeah. Okay.
Me an offer.
Right, well, if that's everything on Eltrion's turn, Arcana, you're up next, and Antoni is right there.
Has Moira said anything to lead the room to believe that she could get someone up who is down? Or has it just been yelling?
I'm a cleric, so...
I don't know if Arcana would have made the connection considering what type of cleric you have shown yourself to be.
You might have spotted her do a cure wounds on Jakarth earlier.
That's true, but that's basically because you were talking earlier about how it's actually better if someone's already down to heal them. I was wondering if I would have come to the conclusion that it's better to just let him sleep for a little bit and until you can do something, or if I should get him back up now.
You can do what...
I'm happy for Moira to shout something if across the battlefield if you were planning to do something on your turn anyway.
Yeah. If you're looking at me on your turn, I might just go, it might need to take a moment, but I can keep him fine and then get him up in a bit. He'll be good.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I only have 2 spell slots left anyway, so I will skitter backwards a little bit away from Antoni and just say, don't know who you are or what you want, but you don't buzz anything good, mate, and unleash a firebolt on him.
Cool. When you say skitter back, are you remaining kind of within 15 feet?
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I'm far enough away that I don't get disadvantage on my ranged spell attack, but I also don't provoke opportunity attacks right now.
15 feet would do it.
Ooh. It's cocked. Oh, it's cocked. I need to do that again. It's between a 2 and a 20. Okay, and that's a 19 for a 31. 30. I can't maths.
That's all right. It either would hit.
Okay. Do I have advantage on this?
You do.
I do. Cool.
Yes,
so that means sneaky.
you failed the last one.
Okay.
Did you want to roll again to see if you got a crit?
Oh, yeah. I did not.
Always worth a try.
That is 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 fire damage.
Nice.
On this busybody. And then Barbara, ever vigilant Barbara, just gonna waddle a little bit and just unleash another war.
Please do.
This one was a crit. But has Barbara had like 3 crits? Or something like that. I don't know.
She's just a really charmed penguin, you know.
She really is.
Living her best life.
Knock, knock.
Grit.
Okay, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 force damage. And is pushed 5 feet away from Jakarth.
Cool. That is perfect. Anything else on your turn, or is that you're done?
It's just going to be, make sure to get him up in a second. I don't... It's not looking good.
At the end of your turn, he's going to look around, see... let's roll D8 to determine which of you kind of decides upon. Where did I... Oh, they're all there. This is what happens when you group your dice together. Seems to have it in for Eltrion. Decides to take another snipe at him. That is a 20... nope, I can't maths. 31.
Silvery balls.
Silvery balls. rolled the same again.
Well, I don't have anything else.
That is these 3. 16 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, I'm resistant.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Did I say psychic?
Yes.
I'm going to stay with psychic because it's actually force, but I said that.
Did I say psychic? I meant wasp damage.
I meant
You resistant
what aren't you resistant to? That damage.
Yeah, I'm slip of my tongue. I will leave it. He attempted to turn one of your tricks on you, but no, we'll call it psychic.
Nice.
Some of his attacks are psychic. That's why I was getting confused.
Oh, that's fair. In which case, I'll take 8.
Absolutely fine.
Nice.
Perfect. The being the end of your turn, that is now Antoni's turn. So
Ooh, hang on, I'll roll my concentration.
Oh, concentration. Yes, please do.
Well, it beats a 10, so I think that means it stays unless, because that was just a standard attack, right? It wasn't like a leveled spell.
Yeah. You took 8, so it's either 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. So yeah, 10.
So that's fine.
Cool. Right. So I rolled to see whether I got my plaguey, swarmy, waspy ability back. I did not. So I'm just going to go for a couple of agonizing bursts, and
Just a couple of casual agonizing bursts.
yeah, just
That's what you need on a Monday night.
we'll determine which of the 4 of you.
Some people pay a lot of money for that sort of thing.
Well, exactly, yeah.
That is going to be going for Tessalin. It's kind of just wavering and trying to work out who he can take out at this point. The first one's probably not going to hit you, though. That is a 17. Oh, and actually restrained, so yeah, it's even worse. That would have been a crit, but the disadvantage was a 14. So you are safe.
That's true, I'm doing the God's work there.
The best 6d6 of damage that I ever did take.
Okay.
It now occurs to me I should have had resistance on, but whatever.
End of Antoni's turn is the bottom of the round, so back to the top of the round to Salin. You are next.
I mean, she can't do anything practically about Jakarta. Antoni is still within 30 feet of me.
Antoni is indeed, yes.
Great. Well, I was kind of hoping he'd stay next to me so I could use... Oh, I don't need to because I've still got advantage anyway. That's fine. I'm just going to fly over and have a moment of sort of tapping Jakarth with a spare leg. Because she's got 3. She don't need all of them. So,
No, get up. Stop doing the fleshy thing. The fleshy people thing. Sit up. No.
I'm in a minute, don't worry about it.
Okay. I don't like it.
And I stab him.
Okay.
Still with advantage.
Jakarth?
Sorry, what?
The ultimate betrayal.
Get up, Jakarth!
That's quite excessive, some might think.
Oh, God.
We
I mean, I
expected.
changed my next plan to revivify. I wasn't expecting to, but...
And stab Antoni.
Please do.
Come on. I've rolled so many 20s this game, but none of them when they actually count for attacks. That's still a 22 to hit.
22 hits, yes. That was
Okay.
with advantage because they're restrained, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, Damage. Come on now. Okay, so that's initial 7 piercing, and then with my sneak attack. Yes, come along now. Great. I can re-roll the lowest. There's one in that pile. Oh, that's pretty spicy. Oh no, I keep re-rolling a 1 and it still comes out a 1. That's an extra 17 piercing damage. Ah!
Still pretty nifty. And that's definitely a mass number, I know. Yes, done. Anything else with your turn?
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think any of my bonus actions are going to be useful. I kind of wish my panache, hey, look at me, was not an action. Because that'd be useful. But no, I don't think there's anything I can do.
Okay. In that case, Zinmora.
Cool. Can I just check, Eltron, with the restraint, can Tony still make opportunity attacks?
Good question, actually. Let me just check. I believe so, but I don't want to confuse it with incapacitated as the one where they can't take reactions, and restrained. It can he could take opportunity attack, but it would have disadvantage.
Okay.
Is the thing.
Cool. Just considering if I have enough hit points myself to get out of melee range and get to Jakarth, or I do something else. But I will. See. Where we're positioned, can I get around to get next to Jakarth?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, then I am going to just try and dart out, take the disadvantage hit against me, and see if I can get my hands on.
I mean, his reach is 15 foot, so I think you're probably actually still all right. Just to kind of nip around, you're still within his melee range.
Perfect. Then that's perfect. Yeah, so I'm just going to dip round and put my hands on Jakarth and give him a cure wounds at 4th level because I'm out of 3rds. So that is a straight up. Can I do math? 8, 16, 24, 32, 36 points of healing. And you're up.
Thank you so much.
That's way more than I could have done.
Yeah. Grave cleric, baby. That's why you want them to actually go down sometimes.
Nice.
Bonus action, I'm just going to hit him over the head again with my non-Euclidean spiritual weapon.
What, Jakarth?
What is with you not and hitting me? I'm down.
I healed you. Stop whimping.
You're mine now.
You
Saved your
healed
life.
me to then hit me and take some of my hit points back.
That won't hit. That was a 15. So
That does not hit.
yeah, that's fine. But yeah. And then if that was 15, I'm just gonna kind of get angle round so I can get myself back into melee for more.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, I did not roll with advantage. Oh, that's an 18 plus 8.
Yes, that will actually hit.
Ooh. Every little helps.
The shape is so non-Euclidean, you couldn't even see that it hit in the Euclidean space that it has manifested it in.
It's 7 points of force damage then.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna get myself a little bit, ready to do movements in case, I don't know, he breaks free or he swarms, just so I can get myself back into melee again.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he is going to turn in a rage and just, no, stay down. I'm going to try and hit Jakarth back down. That is 26 to hit you.
Yes.
It's not going to work with the amount of damage I can physically do, but, the thought was there. 15 points of force damage.
I mean, you're about halfway there.
It's quite forceful.
And it is your turn. Wake up
for you.
in pain.
Oh, not that it's relevant, but could I have given you the advantage from Silvery Barbs? Because I would have given it to you for death saves or whatever. But
Yeah, I'll take that, thanks.
you'll already have it on attacks, but just in case you need to make a check or whatnot.
And I remembered as well, because of restrained, I should have rolled that at disadvantage, but the other one was higher, so...
But I was prone, so it would have been just a straight roll.
It would have been straight.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
My first roll was enough anyway. It's your turn.
So, quick question. Potions, action or bonus action to drink a potion?
Bonus action.
I would very much like to use my potion of greater healing, please, because I need it.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I got max on that. Oh no, I got max on one of them. 16 hit points.
Better than a kick in the teeth.
Oh, I mean, I've had plenty of them at the minute. I'm going to sort of roll half my movement to get up and sort of roll backwards a little bit, staying within his range. I'm going to pull my bow, and I'm going to fire at him, sharpshooter style, again with advantage because of Eltrion. That is a 27 to hit on the first attack.
Yep, first attack hits.
And the second attack will be a 24 to hit.
24 also hits.
Okay, so
damage.
On the first attack, he's going to need to make a strength saving throw because I'm going to do a pushing attack to try and get him away from the three of us because Moira's right next to me and so's Arcana, so I want him to get him away.
10.
So, the first one is going to be 23 plus 4, which is 25, plus 28 points of piercing damage.
Oof. Okay.
And a strength saving throw, please.
Hang on, mathsing. Strength saving throw. That is another 10. So
he's pushed 15 feet away from us.
That was 2 lots of 15, was it?
No, it was just on the one attack.
You only did it once.
Yeah, this is the second lot of damage.
Well, I managed to roll the same thing both times anyway, which probably being restrained is disadvantage.
I've only got one superiority die left. So that would have been on that first attack. So that is... My mouse keeps double clicking everything. That is 21 points of damage in total there.
I thought we're just bouncing this guy around the room.
Yes, you are basically just kicking him from one of you towards the next. So it is all happening. Is that everything on your turn?
Yes, I'm going to stay within his bitch slapping range.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm fairly certain I've got one legendary action left. I'm going to use it again on Eltrion. See if I can put you off your game. Stylistically only though, because I don't have enough points left for that ability.
Game.
That's a 29.
Yeah.
Oh, but with disadvantage. No, that's only a 16.
That'll still hit. Do I have a reaction left? I can't remember. I used it. Would I use it for my...
No, I think you've still got it.
Okay.
Do you want?
I mean, in which case, shield, yeah, because maintaining concentration's pretty key.
Absolutely fine. Right, well, that was the legendary action. In that case, it's your turn.
Cool. Well, by now you know what's going to happen. Contested charisma versus strength. Might regret. Well, I mean, who knows? I could have lost concentration. The world could have happened.
I only rolled an 18.
Yeah. Well, it still beat my 12, so don't worry about that. Bonus action though, because I might as well. I'm going to chug down my potion of hill giant strength, just in case I need to do some shit. It involves gains. Yeah, that's it, mate.
Cool. All right. Well, if that's Elchion's turn, Arcana, you're up next.
Oh, how's Buzzy Boy looking?
No, he's definitely looking on his last legs.
Okay.
You say that he's got a lot of legs right now.
Lots.
It's the final million.
Yeah, I guess I'll just give it another firebolt.
Cool.
So that is 17 plus 11 is 26. No, 28.
Yep.
28.
28. Yep, that hits.
Cool, and it gets all the bells and whistles. With all of those. Okay. So that is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Fire damage there.
Still standing, but in great danger of being taken out by a penguin.
Barbara, do your thing.
Come on, Barbara.
Okay, that was nearly another crit for Barbara. It wasn't quite though. So 19 plus 11. And then I'm rolling a lot of
30.
like 19, 30.
Yes.
Cool. For 8, 9, 10, 11 force damage from Barbara.
Please tell me how your fuzzy little plushy penguin takes out Juroc Antoni.
Well, Barbara has been swiveling just to follow him with everything, and just with one final just fires a bolt of force that kind of goes in between all of the flies and just kind of propels them all outwards in a very gross kind of splashing on windshields kind of deal.
Nice. And the few remaining wasps of Juroc Antoni's form seem unable to return to any kind of humanoid shape and simply fly away, their hive sensibilities seemingly shattered. You are now out of combat.
Is there still like a form of Antony, or is it all just wasps that dissipated?
As your kind of minds register that he's been destroyed, you realise that there is no longer any kind of physical body left. There was nothing of Antony that wasn't wasp. So by shattering the kind of semblance of order of this hive, they just kind of fly off. There's the odd kind of wasp still flying around, but that's it.
Are there any dead on the floor?
Yeah, there are kind of littered about the room in various piles and just kind of little curled up wasp bodies.
We'll just sit.
You're not going to ask me to loot 1 million corpses, eh?
No. Salen's just going to sit down and be like, tap, 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 walk over to some of them and sit down heavily and just kind of scoop a bunch of little dead baby wasps up and stare at them.
I don't know what the practices are for you, but I mean, I can hold a funeral for them if you want. Maybe once we're out of here.
No, don't be silly. They were not ever really truly a bale.
Pat her on the head anyway.
Sorry for Barbara's messiness there. It would have been nice if I feel like that was personal for you guys. So sorry for butting in at the last moment there, but we're done.
It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for all of your help.
Thank you for yours. Thanks for yours.
Moira, did you know him before?
A long time ago. A different person back then, and he was definitely not this.
I've met him twice previously as well, and he wasn't like this either of those times.
It's been, I don't know, somewhere between a quarter of a century, half a century at this point since I last saw it. Not a huge amount of talking. Yeah. He mostly talked at me while he was doing things. And I went, ow, and cool a lot.
I think if we get our time lines straight, I think it was just over a week ago that we saw him last.
A little bit more over that, maybe.
Over that a little bit.
Feels like.
Are you okay?
Can still feel him in my mind.
Well, that's unsettling. If you can still feel him, that means there's a chance he's still alive.
You can't understand the shape of him. It's like trying to hold a whole ocean in my mouth.
That seems like a silly endeavour.
I
Fill your
wouldn't
mouth with some
recommend it.
cheese.
Yeah, maybe, friend. I don't feel entirely myself. Oh, sorry. Continue, please.
Just. Do you need to be looked at? Checked in?
Eltrion's eyes roll up into his skull and he falls backwards unconscious, saying, I am the ornate doorbell. I am the ornate doorbell.
What? Cushioning.
You get the impression that he might be better after a rest, but then again, he might not. He may have done himself some permanent damage.
Eltrion. Eltrion, don't be silly. Eltrion, sit up now, please.
Just give him a chance to rest from a medical status. Just let him. Humanoids do well if they have a chance to rest their minds after an effort.
Well, this is not a good place to do that. It's not very cozy. I understand that coziness is important to humanoids.
We take him out. I can start a prayer of healing as we walk, just to kind of buff up some of our health, and then maybe a chance to get out, maybe talk a bit more if you want, and then work out what we are going to do with my damn fucking temple.
Yes, there did seem to be a lot of them involved.
Yeah, there's 2 more of them that have ran off out there somewhere, hopefully. They haven't gone past those cages and opened them on the way.
Oh, no.
Notice that Arcana is now just kind of picked up Barbara and is just kind of hugging her to the chest. So get the feeling that Arcana's going to be a little bit slow going. Buddy.
So as you kind of... Oh, come.
I kind of did. Are you sure it definitely worked? The thing you needed to do?
Well, you know what an immovable rod is?
No.
It's a rod that you can't be moved.
That does make sense.
From literally anything.
Okay.
It's kind of the equivalent, the planar equivalent of that. I think I'd still like to try and bury this place, just to make sure that nothing gets in. On the off chance, but it should be fairly permanent, right, DM?
As you understand it, it was very much a kind of one use only kind of Hail Mary kind of thing.
Is that as long as it stays in place? It needs to stay where it is?
I believe it can't be moved. It was a one use only kind of deal. It's still shut forever, as far as I'm aware.
Did the thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had some moments where I wasn't very helpful. This was my first adventure. I got a bit scared.
To say and listen to me, there were no moments where you were not helpful.
That's objectively not true, but thank you for saying so. There were some moments where you were not helpful as well. You lay down for a bit. That was very silly.
I needed to take a nap every now and then. You need to take a nap when you're fighting big, scary creatures. You'll find that that'll happen to you.
I never need to nap.
Oh. And maybe you won't experience that, but if you do ever experience that, you'll know where I'm coming from when I say taking a nap in the middle of a combat brings you right up. Especially when you have the Cleric of Kelmvor nearby.
But a good one, right?
A good one, yes. Not one of these ones. And I'm just going to kick the body of, what was her name? I can't remember what her name is now.
Tyria.
I'm just going to kick her body because I've worked with her for a long time and
That is the thing. Can I search the bodies for anything that they might have on them that we can use as evidence for, I don't know.
Certainly you'd be able to retrieve the jar of pickled eyes from Tyria's coat.
I was going to ask if I could go and get that, but if Moira was looking at it specifically as a piece of evidence.
Afterwards. I want something that basically, when I did not give up my eternity to not be with my family, to come back and have this happen around me. I did not. They should know that immortality is not a good thing. I told them.
Would
I don't know about any of you, but I could use a drink right now.
same, definitely. I was just going to say, would the priests of Kellenvor, would they wear something that sort of signifies their rank within the order?
They would have something to kind of help them recognize the kind of hierarchy. But, yeah, are you thinking kind of further evidence of kind of how high up this goes, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be like a brooch and kind of the more ornate or the more detailed the kind of iconography of Kellenvor, the higher rank this particular priest would be.
I'll take that as further evidence, and then I'll crouch down and help Eltrion up and sort of prop him, put one arm over my shoulder and help him out.
Eltrion weighs about 100 pounds, if that, so it's very, very easy for you to do.
I have minus one strength, so it's very hard to me.
You could juggle him.
I have a +1. I will help with the other arm.
I have this. I don't know if anyone wants to drink it. I'm told it would make you strong. It's not really useful for me. I don't know why I have it. Go on, Jakarth. Then you can carry Eltrion.
Okay. Just sort it. Pop.
This the Faerun equivalent of spinach.
I was about to say, you didn't quickly swap it out from one of the aberration files, did you?
Only lasts
I'm
an
the big
hour,
bad.
though.
As we walk, I am doing prayer of healing, and everyone gets 12 hit points back.
Yay! Thank you.
Only 3 off max anyway.
As you start to leave, and you are you making your way back the way you came in? There was another entrance that you would presume goes to the temple, but if you wanted to kind of check on the cages.
Ooh. What do we want to do? Do we want to go towards where the temple is to see if the cultists left that way, or do we want to go check to see if these creatures are running amok down here?
We are not healthy enough if the creatures are about.
Why don't we should check regardless, right? I could have a little sneak and have a look and tell you all, and we could then run away and tell someone else to deal with it if they're a problem.
Okay. Just don't go getting yourself into trouble.
When have I ever gone and got us into trouble?
Okay, I'll come with you.
Yes, please take Barbara with you.
I mean, as you do go down the tunnel, you notice that it is eerily silent, whereas previously there had been the noises of these kind of these creatures. And as you reach the first of the cages and peer in, you notice that seemingly being cut off from the mother of monsters, the energy sustaining the creatures has left them, and they are greatly weakened, if not already succumbed and just kind of expired on the floor.
That's
So
that.
like the baby wasps.
Do you need to die so that the majority survive? There are always going to be casualties. Just be glad that they're the little ones.
Exactly.
Fortunately. Can I please take some pictures with my artificer nonsense? Then break a vial onto the bodies, which makes it greasy, and firebolt them and just kind of burn them up.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to cremate some of the aberrations. Absolutely fine.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to look at the brooch that I've just picked up. Look at effectively the camera that Arcana has. That's a little bit better evidence than what I have. Go on, Elton.
So as you kind of leave the temple, that is pretty much everything that I got for you. Do any of you have anything that you would like to do to wrap up your character, or?
We go straight to the tavern? Do we weekend at Bernie's Eltreon at the tavern?
I think I promised everyone a dinner at my parents' place.
Oh yes, we go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
As part of that, I think we've sort of glossed over it before, but you've never seen Tathalin eat anything or drink anything. Even when we were having drinks before in the tavern, she sort of awkwardly held the cup and didn't really. But this time she will sort of hesitantly go to try some of Moira's family's delicious food. But she'll pull down the scarf that's been covering her face the entire time. And unlike the other Abael that you've seen, she's actually got a humanoid mouth. And a little, like, proboscis, a long, thin, like, proboscis-style tongue will just kind of dip out into the drink and just sort of... And then she'll, like, look embarrassed she's not got proper eyes, and hide again.
So many pets are coming in your future with your consent. Some head rubs.
While we're sitting there eating dinner, I'll just look to Arcana and just say, if you want any assistance getting yourself set up, I mean, even if it's temporarily, I can understand New World, you might want to travel around, but I'm more than willing to help you out as much as you need until you don't need it anymore, or if you don't need it now, but at least help get you on your way, sort of thing.
Please, some help, and I've never been on my own before. I wouldn't even know where to begin, and I think I need just a bit of time. So, like, you don't have to stick with me. You don't feel obligated. Like, I'll be fine. I swear. If you could help, that's great, but please don't feel like you need to. It's fine. Her lip is wobbling substantially.
I don't like being on my own either, so I think the three of us, Eltreon, you and myself, with Tathalin and helping Moira out at the temple as well, I think we can make a great little fat party.
I think at this
Hive.
Just wake up with daveling cheese. Oh.
That is a good point. You can always come and stay at the Hive if you have nowhere else to go. I mean, we have lots of bunk beds. They're very small and hexagonal shaped and very snug. But I'm sure we'd be able to find a spare one for you.
Daddy.
I didn't know what you said.
Would you let me study your society?
I mean, if we can study you.
Yes. Oh my god, I've got so many books with me about the culture of my home. I took them from a bard. He was dead at the time. But yeah, they wanted the knowledge to survive as well. So, oh god, I've got that. We can do a knowledge swap.
This sounds
right?
good.
Okay.
Yes. How do you feel about us taking your eyeballs when you die?
Not great.
Okay, never mind. Don't worry. I never asked.
Depends how dead.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing Taliban Vero again, to be fair.
Actually, you know what? Take my eyes if I die.
All right. I'll hold you to that. I'll look after them, especially.
You're a good specimen.
I think if you wouldn't mind a visitor, just seeing. This all seemed to have happened while I was gone, so just having a clue of what's going on in the city now. I don't know how long it's. You guys and my family are like the only ones I trust. At this moment, I do. Half the people I grew up with, I can't trust anymore.
Well,
And
Learn at least they're all alive.
yeah, and we can help you rebuild the temple. And once Rex comes back, he's another priest of Kellenborg who can be trusted. You'll have a few other people.
I did see him around a few times. Yes. I don't think he knows who I am, so it's gonna.
Moira, can I have a word very quickly?
Yes, sure.
I just wanted to give you a bit of a word of warning. When our world was being destroyed, the moment that it looked like the gods might lose something, they abandoned us entirely. I know you've got a lot of faith being a cleric, but keep in mind that gods are tricksy and they're not... wouldn't trust them completely. Just seeing what I've seen, there might be a time when they fuck you over. Please, just keep that in mind. I know someone that would really like me to pass on that message.
I think the fact that he didn't try and stop this sooner, he either had great faith in us, or there are limits to what Kellenborg can do, or even in his own temple.
Maybe he just doesn't care enough. I'm just saying, just food for thought.
And my faith is in myself and the faith that I believe in. But I will take that. God knows I'm going to live long enough to go and work things out. So I'll find out at some point.
Wait, here's to victory. Oh, woo!
Oh, woo!
Congratulations on a job well done, everyone. I am just gonna go and get some fresh air, and I'll come join you later. Like, anyone else hear that sound? Like scrabbling feet. Sorry, I took a lot out of myself. I'll be better later. I'll catch up with you in a short while. Eltron will get up to go outside.
Eltron saying that, I'm just going to look under the table to see if Tesalen's feet are sort of scratching against the top of the table.
Yeah. And Eltron just sort of looks at everyone, gives them his best smile, heads for the door, gets outside, walks about 15, 20 meters, just feels his head again. Flashes of images you see in his mind, screams, wings, wasps buzzing. Looks up, his eyes look insectoid, slowly starts to smile and walks away.
Okay. Is there anything else that people would like to do to wrap up, or shall we call this episode to a close?
I kind of want to investigate that, but I feel like that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, that's
a whole other campaign.
Yeah, I feel like that's a cliffhanger on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, I can leave it on that button. Everyone's happy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, so much for joining us for the thrilling conclusion to the Antoni saga, as I'm calling it. If you enjoyed tonight, we played, not us because we're done, but there will be a new campaign beginning next Monday from 6 p.m. GMT / 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we also play on Tuesdays, our ongoing campaign Fracture, which is also from 6 p.m., 10 a.m. in other places, and all sorts of other times, we're not going to specify. You can also join us on Friday, again from 6 p.m. GMT, for Talk Together, our chat show where we interview our players, DMs, and other TTRPG industry voices, or for Talking is a Free Action, our chat show / question dungeon. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There are also podcast versions of all of our shows available everywhere. Search for Roll Together RPG. And if you can't find us, just let us know, and within a reasonable amount of time, we will correct that. A massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There will be a link in the chat now. Please do join them because every penny helps us to make all of the fantastic content that we do. A big thank you again to our sponsors and our supporters. And don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.
Oh, woo!
Oh, woo!
Woo!